Hello and Dobryi. I'm Roxy, and today we're going to be making Nalysnyky. Make sure you get an adult to help you with the hot stuff, and let's get started.
HCPTV!
So first, we're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and then we're going to crack 6 eggs into this bowl. We're going to whisk them until they're nice and fluffy.
This will take about a couple minutes.
So next, we're going to add our milk, cold water, salt, and our flour.
So that's 1.5 cups of milk, half a cup of water, 1.5 cups flour, and 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt.
We're going to put them all in the bowl with the eggs, and we're going to mix it until it's all incorporated. And then at the end, if your batter is a little bit thick, you can add a little bit more liquid, so either more cold water or more milk. And if it's a little bit runny, you can add a little bit more flour. All right, now that we've mixed all of our batter together, we're gonna head over to our stove and start frying. So right now, I've put my pan on the stove. I would use about an 8-inch pan, but the one we're using here is a little bit bigger, not a big deal. So you're gonna put it on medium heat, and then you're gonna add a little bit of oil to your pan. You're gonna take a 1/4 cup of your batter and just pour it right in there. Then you're gonna take your pan and you're gonna swirl it around so that it's nice and even.
Let it cook for about 30 seconds to a minute, flip, and then let it cook for another 30 seconds to a minute.
All right, so once you kind of get your first crepe started, just keep making more crepes until you run out of batter.
Watch it cook from the outside in. Our crepes are all cooked.
All right, so now that we have our crepes done, next we're gonna work on our filling. So first you're gonna wanna grab your cottage cheese. I find that a drier cottage cheese works better, like 0% dry curd, but a runnier one works fine as well. If you find that it's a little bit too liquidy, you can add less whipping cream. You can try draining it out either with a colander or with a cheesecloth as well.
So we're gonna take 2 cups of our cottage cheese here and dump it in.
So next we're gonna add our egg yolks, our cream, and our salt to our cottage cheese.
Crack your eggs into a separate bowl. Separate the yolks. Add in a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 2 tablespoons of cream.
All right, and now we're gonna mix all of our ingredients for the filling together.
Next, grease a medium-sized casserole dish.
All right, so next we are going to start putting our Nalysnyky together. We're gonna take the crepe that we have. If you have like a darker side and a lighter side, you're gonna wanna put that darker side down. You wanna take a spoonful of your filling and kind of put it on one edge here, one end. You're gonna start rolling it now. And as you roll, you're gonna wanna tuck the ends in so your filling doesn't spill out until you have one nice little Nalysnyky.
And repeat. Then line up your Nalysnyky in your casserole dish.
Now that we have our beautiful Nalysnyky, we're going to pop them in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes.
Make sure to use your oven mitts.
Once you take your Nalysnyky out of the oven, they're good to go. If you want to save them for later, you could just put some tin foil over your dish and stick them straight in the freezer. Or if you want to eat them hot, make sure to put a little bit of melted butter or cream right on top and eat them just like that. Those Nalysnyky were a little bit tricky, but weren't they so worth it? If you had a little bit of trouble with the instructions in this video, feel free to print off the instruction sheet. And don't forget to print off your very last HCP badge. Otherwise, we'll see you next time, and do побачення!